If this cartoon disappeared tomorrow, Japan wouldn't just lose a pop culture icon. It would feel a massive shockwave rip straight through its content economy. Stock prices for major entertainment companies would instantly drop. Tens of thousands of jobs from software developers to animators to retail workers will be at risk. Tourism in places like Akihabara will take a measurable hit, and a multi-billion-dollar engine that pulls foreign money into Japan will just vanish. Welcome to the Buy Mine. I'm Kevin Sandoval, and for the last 40 years, a guy with spiky hair has generated enough money to rival the economy of a small nation. But recently, the creator of this empire, Akira Toriyama, just passed away, leaving a billion-dollar question hanging over Japan. What happens if Dragon Ball actually ends? To understand how catastrophic that would be, you can't look at it like a cartoon. You have to look at the machine underneath it. This is an IP that's dangerously close to being too big to fail. Let's start with the baseline. We have to start with the baseline. In business, there's a pattern. Brands launch, they peak, they plateau, and eventually they die. That's the natural law of commerce. But Dragon Ball, it doesn't follow that law. It breaks it. It breaks the matrix. In 2025, Bandai Namco reported 190.6 billion yen from this one franchise. That's over $1 billion in a single year. This isn't nostalgia quietly surviving. This is dominance. Add in Toei Animation and publishing revenue, and you're looking at one of the most profitable IP systems in Japanese history. If that disappears, you erase a significant chunk of Japan's content economy overnight. But the real impact is global. Japan has a shrinking population, so economically, it depends on exporting culture. This is called soft power. And Dragon Ball is one of the most strongest weapon. Take Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, a mobile game. It's generated over $3 billion. Another game sold 3 million copies in just one day. But here's the part that really matters. Up to 90% of that money comes from outside Japan. Think about it. When someone in another country spends money on Dragon Ball, that money flows back into Japan, into companies, into salaries, into taxes. This isn't just entertainment anymore. It's a global money pipeline. So now, the real question is, why does this work so well? Why do people keep buying? Why are grown adults still emotionally attached to this story decades later? Here's the psychology. The brain doesn't buy products, it buys feelings. It buys the resolution of tension, and Dragon Ball is engineered perfectly for that. Every arc follows the same pattern. The villain is unbeatable. The heroes get destroyed. Tension builds and builds and builds. And then, right at the breaking point, everything flips. The transformation, the music, the victory, the Kamehameha. That moment creates a powerful emotional imprint, and that imprint stays with you for years, for decades. So when you see that transformation again in a game or a figure, Your brain doesn't see a product. It remembers a feeling. You're not buying a toy, you're buying your childhood. Now, here's the catch. Most companies try to recreate this. They analyze trends, they build characters in boardrooms, they try to manufacture nostalgia. And it doesn't work because your brain can tell when something isn't real. We are wired to detect inauthenticity, and when something feels fake, we pull back. So why does Dragon Ball still works? Because it follows something different, something I call the Cheeto theory. When you eat the Cheeto, you get that orange dust all over your hands. It's messy, it's imperfect, but it proves the experience was real. You can't fake it. Dragon Ball is exactly like that. It's messy. Akira Toriyama made things up as he went. He forgot characters, changed rules, created plot holes. It wasn't perfect, but it was real. And people felt that. That authenticity built trust. And that trust is what allows the entire business machine to exist on top of it. That's why newer polished franchises often feel empty. And this still dominates. Now, imagine removing the foundation. Back in the 90s, editors already warned that ending Dragon Ball would cause financial problems. Today, the stakes are much higher. When Akira Toriyama passed away, analysts didn't just mourn. They watched the market. They were waiting to see if the engine would slow down, but it didn't. Because now, Dragon Ball is bigger than its creator. New content keeps coming. New audiences keep forming. New emotional loops keep getting installed. Which leads to the final answer. Dragon Ball won't end. It can't. It's not just a story anymore. It's an economic system, a global psychological engine, and the ultimate proof of the Cheeto theory. Because now, Goku isn't just fighting villains. He's holding up a multi-billion-dollar pillar of an entire economy, one Kamehameha at a time.